It's in the game.
EA Sports.
Ohio. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. The Tide head coach told me before the game they are so excited about how they've been able to prove everybody wrong. What they accomplished last week has pushed them into the conversation, and now they've got to prove that they can be even better. He said, I felt like that was our most complete game of the season, but we've got more to give. We'll see how they get off to a quick start today to prove that to the nation. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. It's Jackson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
St. Clair. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. St. Clair from the gun on 3rd down. Hauls it in. There he goes. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll try to do it himself. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
Running inside, it's Jackson. All over him immediately.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Tavian St. Clair got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Drops back, it's St. Clair. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Looking left. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Takes it the other way. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
Job number 1 for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big turnover, setting your offense up in great position, and building some mojo. This defense, that is a picture-perfect start.
Keelan Russell hauls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job of the base defense making a play.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Now here's Russell. Right side, it's Rodgers. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Way off target there. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Throwing Russell. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Middle of the end zone. He's got it. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So they get it on the edge of the red zone and go 20 yards. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Gonna take a shot. Brings it in down the left side. Completely shot a bolt of energy into this drive. Inside the 40, finally stopped at the 39. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Out wide right, it's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Buckeyes. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Russell. Zings it complete to the right. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Alabama quickly back to the line. Working the ground game. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. No huddle offense to the line.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Going for 6. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Long way to go on second down. Keelan Russell. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Now here's Russell. Another incompletion on third down.
And that's a teach tape on third down right there. That's a great job by the defense. Being back, understanding it's third down. If they're going to throw a short man, I'm going to break on the football, go down, be very physical. You want to throw a slant man, you make sure that they feel you. That's a great job by this defense, being physical, making sure he doesn't secure that catch.
Ball is on the 10-yard line. They're not thinking field goal. They'll go for it on 4th and short. Throwing Russell. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Finds a crease at the 20. Here's a little room there. He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, and they'll move the chains. It's first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Right back to the well. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. A designed run for the quarterback. Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Go, go! The run inside. It's Jackson.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, it's Jackson. hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
The defense blows up the ISO play by getting penetration right up the middle, and that forces the negative play.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw out to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
They'll send out the kicker here. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tide ready to roll on offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this week.
Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Now here's Russell. Makes the grab. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll try the left side. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Russell. Right side, it's Scott. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm, the passing game looking good.
He's got the 1st down. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. They're all over him. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Keelan Russell. Here comes the Heat. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll try it over the left side. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing St. Clair. Stepping to the right. Trying to make magic with his feet. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Out wide left, it's Parker. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
St. Clair finds a spot in the middle. No chance to run, but still a good gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Again, it's St. Clair. Look out! Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
2nd and long here. Left side is Smith. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 3rd and 6 yards to go. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Again, it's St. Clair. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throwing Russell. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Dropping back, it's Russell. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Russell from the gun on third down. He's looking deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. Pass to 50. He's inside the 40. The 20. Inside. Touchdown. Buckeye. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
It's crazy in college football. There's just so many defining moments in games that you can pinpoint, and that's one right there. The offense has the lead. You're trying to add to that here at the end of the first half. In a 2-minute situation, quarterback being way too aggressive, and that's a mistake, David. Taking pick six all the way to the house, that could really end up costing you.
And you talk about flipping a game really, really quickly. Look how bad it was looking. Now the defense gets right back in this football game, being ready for the 2-minute drill, making a play, going down and scoring, and taking all the momentum into halftime.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they...
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this defense taking one back to the house? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? Russell turns it upfield. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
After the 9-yard completion, the playbook wide open on 2nd and 1. Again, it's Russell. Looking for a deep man. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like, quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drop.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Oh, man, that defensive back just hurled himself in there like a lightning bolt to get the quarterback.
And you see the speed, the closing speed to run, chase the quarterback, get him on the ground. That's why he plays defensive back. He looks like a pass rusher here, but you could definitely see he can hit that turbo button.
From the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. Reels it in. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Now, 4th down.
And despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Trying to beat the D deep. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Keelan Russell. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Taking it the other way. At the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
One of the things I love about this linebacker, guys, is the versatility. He's not just good against the run. He not only can rush the passer, he can cover as well. Great job reading the QB's eyes, plucks the football out of the air, and he's not going down. He's not running out of bounds. He's taking this thing all the way back to the house.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. And that's
going over the top. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistently.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Now here's Russell. Out wide right, it's Rodgers. He's down short of the line to gain. It'll bring up a fourth down. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They've already gone for it a couple of times on fourth down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a third. Throwing Russell. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Right side, it's Jackson. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And the Buckeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Wide receiver comes in motion. Tavian St. Clair still looking to his right. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Motion from the back. Breaks the tackle. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Deep in the end zone, it's Dalton. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Russell. Out wide right, it's Scott. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw, it's Russell.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it all in that last play.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
21.
They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Give to the back. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. And here comes the offense on second down.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Keelan Russell. Short pass. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. Alabama pushing the tempo.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Fourth down, Russell. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for space, it's Jackson. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is on its way. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. Never had a chance. What coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. Here comes that Alabama offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. He's going to take off. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Here comes the offense on second down. Throwing Russell. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Out across the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. To throw, it's Russell. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Got his man. Runs through the tackle. Taken down.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
On second and 10, a full wideout set, trips right. Russell. Under pressure. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Russell will throw for it on fourth. Throws to the wideout. And it's his fourth interception of the game. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Out wide left, it's Rodgers. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
I like that play call there. 3rd and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.